let's do the Scream.
Yeah. So you and I are both very excited for the new Scream movie. Trailer just released recently. If you want to hear our thoughts on the Scream franchise, go back to, was it last summer or this most recent summer?
I think it was.
When did we do this?
I think it may have even been a couple years ago now.
Go back to our summer episodes.
Summer of Scream, right?
Yeah, we did a Summer of Scream series. You can find it.
I think it's quite good. I think it's some of the best stuff we've done.
One of my favorite, my favorite sections of the show we've ever done. Anyway, it was a ton of fun. But we're very excited for Scream 5, or just Scream, or 5 Cream, as I've heard people call it. We wanted to... that's not a game, per se, but Nikki and I did this last night, and it was a lot of fun to talk about. We're going to make our... This movie doesn't come out until January. Okay. And we've both seen the trailer, but I don't know spoilers for this movie, if there are any... I think I know like some online speculation maybe about certain aspects of the movie, but nothing spoilery.
The thing is too, you and I were raised in the Scream 2, Scream 3 days when you get bombarded with all these fake spoilers and different versions.
Oh, I think there's a lot of it out there. I'm
sure.
So
we know not to trust any leaks from these Scream
That's part
movies.
of the fun, man. I don't even trust that trailer.
Even the director said, like, there's not everything's in the movie, but it's presented in a way that's supposed to kind of throw you off balance.
Yeah. I like that. So we're gonna go through the cast, and I think make predictions as to make them now. 3 months before the movie comes out. Make predictions about who the killer or killers are.
Okay.
Sound fun?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And we're gonna do this based off of just their IMDb credits.
Yeah, we're just gonna look at look at their IMDb profile picture. If you want to scroll through their credits a bit on IMDb, that's cool. Get a feel for them as an actor maybe, or an actress, and it's just fun. We don't have to. And if you want to use your knowledge of what you saw in the trailer from what you remember, you could do that too.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fair. Well, let's kick things off. I think we can rule out Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette as
the killer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. At this juncture, I feel like that would be bad. I can't see any way you could sell me on that would make me accept it.
I don't like this because I've seen this thrown around too. I don't like this either.
Yeah,
especially judging by what we've seen in the trailer, I don't like this idea.
Yeah, I would not be happy with that.
No.
So I'm gonna rule them out right now. Okay. The only other returning actress in the cast on IMDb is Marley Shelton, who played Deputy Judy Hicks in Scream 4. Definitely a red herring in that movie. I remember there's about 4 or 5 times she stares directly at the camera practically.
Yeah, so that's my big hang-up with picking her, because I've seen some speculation about her, and that's my big hang-up is just how much of a red herring she was in Part 4. I feel like we've done this, and to go through with doing that would be kind of lame.
It'd be kind of a weird... Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how they do it, but how they would do it, but...
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think at this point I wouldn't buy that either. Plus, one of these characters is her son, her teenage son. And I guess I just... Oh,
Wes Hicks, Dylan Minnette.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's move on to Dylan Minnette then.
Who is he? He's in the...
This is maybe one of the most well-known...
Is he in the Maze Runners?
No, that's a different kid who looks a lot like this guy. This young fellow is most well known for 13 Reasons Why, very popular Netflix series.
Okay.
He's the lead on that.
He's in Goosebumps.
Yes, he was the lead in Goosebumps. He was the son in Prisoners.
Okay, the son that gets kidnapped in Prisoners, correct?
The little girl gets kidnapped in Prisoners.
Okay, I couldn't remember. He's in Lost. He plays David Shepard in Lost.
Yes, he's Jack's son on Lost. He's also in Don't Breathe. And he's in Let Me In, so he's done some horror stuff in the past here.
Okay,
I think a fairly popular actor with his audience. Yeah. I'm looking at his profile picture, and I got to tell you, so far, and mind you, he's the only real contender for me that we've talked about so far. But I'm not trusting this guy.
Yeah, so I think I see what you're looking at, but I think there's someone else in the in the I almost said it right there, but I think there's someone else in the cast that looks a little bit more like kind of American Psycho-y to me.
Okay.
So I'm
just saying this guy's a suspect for me. I'm not gonna.
I've got him over Marley Shelton.
Okay.
Judy Hicks.
I would agree. Yeah. Let's move to the cast.
What does he do in the trailer? I don't know.
We only see one shot of him. One or two shots. There's a shot of everybody, all the teenage kids sitting on the couch together,
and he's Judy Hicks' son.
Yes, and then there's this shot of him. I'm going to show you a still. And he's got the an Eminem haircut.
Like an Eminem. So he's like the Stan. He's like from the Stan video.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, well, now wait a minute.
Yes.
Because was that Devon Sawa in the Stan video. Devon Sawa, star of Chucky. By the way, the TV series Chucky's in that.
Oh my God, amazing! Star of that one movie where Fred Durst is obsessed with him. That I watched.
The Fanatic.
Yeah.
So he's obsessed with Devon Sawa.
Yeah.
Well, he likes Idle Hands. Who doesn't?
Yeah. Travolta's obsessed with Devon Sawa in the movie. I kid you not. You haven't seen this yet, have you?
This is the Fanatic. No, you talked for like 20 minutes about it on this podcast.
I can't believe it exists.
All right, so Manette is the favorite so far for me.
Yes, and a couple things we should mention too as we're going through this, and I think it's important for context, right? Is that in the trailer, and for those that don't want to listen to any more potential spoilers about Scream, about 5 Cream, just tune out now. We've loved having you, but tune out now because I guess we could speculate our way into a spoiler here and find out in January that we spoiled something. Right? It's always possible. But in the trailer,
you're gonna come back to us in January and be like, I can't believe you spoiled it. You don't know jack shit.
Yeah.
So we'll back off, man.
Yeah, back the fuck off. The Wes Hicks character, Dylan, is one of the now, mind you, in the Scream movies, we've been duped before by the Ghostface killer, where where there's been 2 killers,
not the rapper,
and correct, never duped by him, where Ghostface has attacked attacked the partner to get them off the hook. Right, we've seen this before in Scream movies, so Ghostface attacking somebody in the trailer doesn't mean that person's off the hook completely. Right. But we don't see Wes. Wes is one of the 2 characters that we don't see share a screen with Ghostface in the trailer at all. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move up to who is our new final girl. This is Melissa Barrera playing Sam Carpenter. Love the use of Carpenter as the last name. Think that's a ton of fun. I think she's mostly known for In the Heights, which is a more recent film.
And she's going to be I would assume the sister of, is it Jennifer Ortega?
Jenny Ortega, yeah. Jenna Ortega. Who plays Tara Carpenter.
Yeah. We'll
talk about her next, too. But Sam is going to be our new final girl, according to kind of all the promotional material and everything we're seeing. So here's the thing. I'm going to rule her out right away. And I'll tell you why. Scream 4, we went the route of having our new final girl that was going to have the torch passed to her, and it turned out that wasn't the case. I don't think we're going to do that 2 times.
That would be that would be a repeat. Yeah.
It would feel, and there's already elements of this that I think by proxy feel kind of repeaty to Scream 4 to me. So I'm going to rule her out because of that. I just don't see them doing that twice in a row. I don't see it.
No, I'm with you. I've eliminated her as well. I think that's too obvious, too big of a misdirect too. Yeah, I don't like that.
Her sister Tara Carpenter, played by Jenna Ortega. Jenna Ortega. I keep saying Jenny Ortega. Jenna Ortega.
I said Jennifer, so we got to meet in the middle here.
Messing her names out. Yeah. She's in a ton of stuff. I think most recently she is on the show You, which is a Netflix show as well.
Okay.
She's in the trailer quite a bit. She is what appears to be the opening attack or kill.
Yeah, I feel like that's a misdirect though too.
So what do you mean by that? Do you think that that's not the opening of the film, or do you think that she's not going to get killed off? It'll be like the first time that
Ghostface fails.
That Ghostface doesn't kill.
I don't think that's the opening of the film.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's going to be. I think that's going to come later in the film. Is my guess. So I think that's a misdirect by the trailer. To kind of set it up as she's going to be killed there. But I think the opening of the film is going to be related to one of our returning characters.
Interesting.
Is my guess.
I want to hear this after we make our way through this.
This is yeah.
I don't think she's a killer, and here's why. like I said, we can't rule out anybody just because they're attacked by Ghostface, but she's like really attacked in this trailer. Like she gets slashed in the stomach, and at one point Ghostface stomps on her leg, and you can see the leg break. He's not breaking his accomplice's leg. That's a bridge too far. If he like slashed the accomplice's arm, we've seen stuff like that where it's like, oh, a flesh wound. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with no on this one.
That would be pretty hardcore.
That would be...
That's stuff you say for the end when you're trying to...
Exactly. Yeah. You're not going to take out your partner. You're not going to debilitating... Yeah, that
hamstrings your whole plan. Okay, exactly. I'm with you. We get rid of the Carpenter sisters.
So we're really... Okay, cool. Let's move on to Jack Quaid, who plays
so this is the
Richie Kirsch.
This is Dennis Quaid's son, right?
He is, yes. He was prominently featured in the Hunger Games films.
Okay.
In Rampage, he was opposite Dwayne. And he is one of the leads opposite another Doom star, Carl Urban, on Amazon's The Boys.
I should say, too, I have not seen The Boys, but he was in Logan Lucky, apparently, and Logan Lucky is a Soderbergh. It's probably like one of my favorite Soderbergh movies.
I need to watch that stuff.
It rocks. You should watch it. It's so
Channing
cool.
Tatum, yeah?
Yeah, Channing Tatum and Daniel Craig.
Cool.
And it's kind of like a low-level heist type movie based around kind of like a NASCAR race. It rules. It's so fucking good.
That's sweet.
Anyway, sorry.
This is my number one suspect.
Yeah, he's like, I think he's got psycho eyes. This guy.
He looks like he's trying to put on a nice happy face here. I believe he's playing Sam's boyfriend, which we know there's history with that.
Right.
They're definitely trying to mirror the first film a little bit, so I could see the lead's boyfriend winding up as a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you look at the history of ghost faces, right, and we're going to spoil all the ghost face reveals here in a second. Look at the history of ghost faces. Now, the first Scream movie, everybody was an unknown in that movie for the most part. Now, I'm not going to count that. Let's look at the second movie. One of our two ghost faces was a well-known actress, right? She had an established actress that people knew who she was. No one really knew who Oliphant was at that point.
Yeah, he was a younger actor.
Scream 3, another reveal. People knew who Scott Foley was. He'd been on Felicity for 5 seasons. So he was pretty, he was a name-ish.
Yeah.
And then Scream 4, you really had two of them.
Emma Roberts.
And then Kieran Culkin.
Right.
Or Rory Culkin. Kieran Culkin. I can't remember. There's a lot of Culkins. This guy is on one of the biggest shows on streaming, which is The Boys. It's huge. And he's been in the Hunger Games.
He's a Quaid.
And he's a Quaid.
Yeah.
He's my number one suspect.
I'm with you, and I know we've talked about it'd be obvious, but he does kind of fit the mold. You're right, because each one has kind of the handsome white guy. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say anything bad about Mr. Culkin from 4, but he's not your
traditionally.
He's not your typical
not clean cut.
This is your clean cut Scott Foley well, he's not as brooding as what's my man? Oh God, I'm blanking on his name. Skeet.
Right.
Yeah, but
so
Oliphant's a good looking dude. Yeah.
He's my number one suspect here. And I should mention the trailer does mention that the killer is targeting people that are related in some way to the original killings from Scream 1.
Right.
And if we look, there's a couple of... Well, we'll get to our next character right now. We've got Mindy Meeks Martin. I don't know if you recognize the name Meeks.
Meeks, Randy.
So this is Randy's niece. If you remember right, we meet Randy's sister in Scream 3. Because she shows up with the video of Randy and says, watch this.
So this, we think, then, is her daughter.
This is her daughter. Yes. No, it's confirmed.
It's confirmed her daughter. Okay, I didn't know if he had any other brothers or sisters.
This is, I believe my understanding is she might be in the movie briefly. Heather Matarazzo. So this is, there's twins. Because Mindy and Chad are twin brother and sister that are both the niece and nephew of Randy. Now, a brother-sister combo would be interesting.
I really like this for another reason, too. This would be I think this works in a lot of ways, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Because this would be kind of the Revenge of the Nerd. I can see them being kind of like Randy. Kind of being like
he got
nerds.
Forgotten about.
And this would play really well in 2021, where we've seen a lot of shitty nerds out there, really sleazy asshole, just dickheadish nerds.
This could work. and
just mean trolls.
I'm into it and I like it. And the more we talk about it, the more I like it.
And a brother-sister combo.
Interesting. Yeah. And both the actor and the actress are are mixed race, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
I think that'd be kind of neat because we never had a killer in the Scream films that wasn't white.
It's all white. Yeah.
Could be kind of cool. I guess the only issue there is you do see them both being attacked separately in the trailer, but once again, we don't know. So I kind of covered those two. I'm trying to look at their IMDb profiles.
I've always kind of loved to, and I don't know if I like it, but I've always kind of loved in my head like Randy coming back as the puppet master behind all of this, as like the big time movie nerd, and this would be almost a way.
What if he left like video diaries for them,
right?
And he was like, "Now's your chance to be the star."
Because we've seen that I
didn't get to be the star.
He had the foresight to do this in the past. Like he could see.
I mean.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, I don't know if they beat Jack Quaid for me. I'm not sure. I got to think on this. Oh man, I don't know. Okay. Next up we have Sonia Amar as Liv McKenzie.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fun. McKenzie. Her last name, it's believed that she is related to Casey Becker's Next Door Neighbors, because if you remember right, he goes, go next door and get the Mackenzies or something like that. So that's how she would be related to the original.
She's not in much. I can't do anything.
She's not in a ton. Can't do much with that.
She seems she's 19, she's French. She's a very almost like a model type.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
A lot of modeling pictures. That's probably why I said that. So.
I believe the character is Chad Meeks Martin's girlfriend in the film.
Okay.
For what it's worth.
Because he kind of looks kind of like a jock.
He's more
too.
jockish, I think. Yes, but
if we had a jock killer in these movies,
it could be interesting. If the sister was the one with all the like horror movie knowledge, and he was like just in it for the thrill.
We don't have a ton of like athletic killers, especially in the Scream, because
in this trailer he stomps somebody's leg and breaks it in half.
Ghostface is always kind of weak in some ways. It would be cool to have like just
like an alpha male. Yeah, just a beast Ghostface.
Yeah,
it's obviously him. It's this like cut.
He's doing like football tackles.
He throws the knife like a football. Nice spiral. Anyway, I don't. For whatever reason, you don't get a lot from Liv in the trailer. I'm not seeing it. I don't know why. I'm just not feeling Liv as the killer, and it could be maybe because you need somebody when the mask comes off and the reveal happens at the end. You need somebody who can turn it on. Yeah. Because every Ghostface actor so far they turn it on when the mask comes off.
Right.
Scott Foley goes to town.
Yeah.
In that movie.
Yeah.
So you need somebody, and she has, not that she isn't talented, I'm sure she is, but she doesn't have a ton of credits in there. So I'm feeling like we need somebody who's a little more seasoned.
I kind of don't like I also don't like the pretty girl is the killer thing like that. Not saying anybody else is pretty,
it before already.
But she's obviously kind of like the beauty queen, the kind of high school.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. Next up, we have Mikey Madison as Amber. I believe Amber is the character who is texting Tara at the beginning of the trailer, and then it turns out it's not actually Amber.
Okay.
It's Ghostface. For what that's worth. She played one of the Manson followers in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I see that credit out here, so okay.
Yeah, she's the one I think that gets blowtorch.
That movie's, I gotta watch that movie again.
Amazing. So she has a history of playing crazy.
Yeah.
She's got kind of an interesting look about her. She's interesting looking. But is it too obvious? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I'm on the fence with him.
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, she's pretty far down on the cast list, so that's my reason for saying no to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there are better choices than her. I don't know who did you say her character? What did you say about her character?
She's. I believe she is the one that's texting Tara at the beginning, and then it turns out it's not her.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about Chad Meeks Martin.
Right.
Let's talk about the last. We have a couple deputies on here. We're not going to bring them up because I'm
Chester Tam.
Fairly certain that they're not going to be the killer. I guess they could be. Last one we're going to talk about is Vince, who mysteriously has no last name, which is interesting. Played by Kyle Gallner, who's been in a ton of stuff.
I'm sorry, just a second. Is Chester Tam the dude? I'm sorry, deputy.
It's all good.
I'm just making sure. Oh my God, he is. He is the guy from Hot Rod who does the dancing. he runs around like the dance, and he's throwing the flyers around.
Yes, that's amazing.
I knew I recognized him.
Maybe he is.
Deputy Vincent. Yeah, well, we'll know if he starts dancing. If Ghostface starts doing the hot rod dance,
we'll know.
Anyway, Kyle Gallner.
We probably know him
Kevin
best
Smith.
From Red State.
Yep.
And also the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. He's the lead, the opposite Rooney Mara in that one. Like I said, interestingly, doesn't have a last name. I have a theory for why this is the case.
Okay, let me hear it.
I think his last name is one that would give away his relation to somebody from the first movie. I think his last name is either Loomis or his last name is Mocker. Like he's
You're right.
Stu.
So it would. Okay.
I'm guessing Stu.
Because
I have another theory about another character that might be related to the Loomises that I could bring up here if we want to. But
do we know? Because I'm trying to remember details. Do we know if they have brothers and sisters?
No.
Okay.
No, it's never really.
It's never mentioned.
I don't think it's ever brought up.
But Billy's mom is a bit like she.
Billy's dad was a bit of the trouble.
Oh, Billy's dad. Sorry. Yes.
So he easily there could be a half sibling.
Right.
Yeah. They've kind of done this with Scream 3. I feel like it's been long enough to where they could pull it off. I would be more willing to buy into that than I would if it was like Billy had somehow like got somebody pregnant before he got. Yeah, that'd be annoying to me. I'd be okay with a half sibling or something.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That being said, Vince in the trailer, he looks like the quintessential bad boy. I think he's got a muscle car at one point. And,
yeah, what's he doing? Like, what's his deal?
I don't think he's in high school. I think he's like the older, like Matthew McConaughey from what's it called?
Dazed and
Confused, just kind of hanging around the high schoolers. This guy's a red herring. He's got red herring written all over him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
and I think the last name, like you said, I think that will play into it, and I think that'll be a mid-movie reveal, and it'll kind of throw you.
And then I think he's going to bite it just as soon as you think that he's a real contender.
Do you think he sacrifices himself, or do you think, I like the idea that like he just like dies of bad luck at some point?
Yeah, no, I hope he's just an asshole, and he just like Ghostface is tired of his shit. All right, you want to make our final judgments here?
Yeah, let's skip by Clayton Frank as party guest.
Yeah. Good for Clayton. My initial thought process, I thought they were going to go with two guys again. I thought because they're patterning themselves after that original movie, I thought they would go with two guys. One where you'd have kind of the master planner and one where you'd have the loose cannon type. They'd really kind of echo that formula from the first movie. So my initial thought was it was going to be Richie was going to be the mastermind type, Jack Quaid's character, and then Dylan Minnette, this Wes Hicks guy, would wind up being the loose cannon type.
Okay.
Like maybe he's quiet throughout the movie, and then he like when the mask comes off, you're like, Jesus, like this is not the guy we thought he was. I'm going with those two, but I really like the brother and sister thing too.
All right, so we have to pick from the cast here, right?
Oh, because you want to pick.
So if I'm going from the cast, well, here's what I'll say. I think I kind of like my idea now. I'm kind of convinced in my idea that it's going to be Meeks Martin, both of them, brother and sister.
I really like it too.
And I like that the final reveal isn't actually going to be them. It's going to be kind of Randy as the puppet master. Or maybe even
like from the grave. Like he's not alive, but he's like he left them the tools to start it back up.
Maybe not even Randy, but maybe his sister somehow.
Interesting.
Like maybe she's raised them to like avenge his death or something.
Interesting.
Or maybe they have. So okay, that's going to be my guess. But that's going to be my main guess for this movie is that we are going to get the reveal of the killers, and then I think we're going to get a bigger reveal of something and maybe a returning character that we don't see coming, or some sort of twist on top of a twist, because
Patrick Dempsey then, right?
Yeah, Dempsey or his buddy cop. Because
that's right. Who's the best red herring?
It's the two guys. It's Radio Silence is their name, right?
Yeah, yes.
And so Ready or Not has one of the best endings in modern horror for me in a lot of ways. I can't see them just doing kind of a straightforward twist. There has to be something in this movie.
So you don't see it being killers like the classic Scream. Killers revealed. They both get taken out by a heroine. Roll credits. That's the end of the movie.
Right.
Okay. So what if I pose this to you?
Mm-hmm.
And this is one that I've seen, like a speculation that I've seen thrown around. what if you get your reveal and your 2 killers are taken out, or your 1 killer or whatever, probably 2 killers, I think it's going to be 2, are taken out, and then it's revealed that there's a third accomplice, and you leave the movie knowing that somebody else was involved, but not who.
And it's still out there.
It's still at large.
Yeah, I can see that too. So it kind of sets up a sequel.
Could be kind of cool.
Yeah. The other thing I just wanted, I just hope Stu's back.
You want Stu back? I know. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't either. I kind of think we'd know by now.
Yeah, and I don't know how you do it.
Right.
I mean, you could just go for it and say, screw it, you buy into this or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't bring him back from the dead. So, because there's just not this, it's not that franchise.
The thing is, I kind of love that the trailer is really kind of straightforward horror, and it's kind of suspense, because the first movie had its meta aspect, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was a very suspenseful slasher film, too, at its core. This one, I think, though, there has to be some sort of...
There's got to be something.
There's got to be something clever. There's got to be some sort of twist, because everybody came back and there's a reason. And then Williamson is involved, and there's a lot of talk about how Wes was not involved, but like how the movie captures kind of the spirit of that first Scream. So I feel like they're holding something back. I just don't know what it is.
What if they do find a way to make it work? What if it's okay, hold on. We know the finale of this movie takes place at Stu's house, the same house from the original Scream.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see a bunch of the scenes of the finale in the trailer, and it's the house. One of these kids has to live in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which character it is. I don't think anybody does at this point. What if Stu left stuff in that house, like a how-to book, and so in a way he is the mastermind,
right? But
he's still gone. Maybe we could even do like a video from Matthew Lillard. Like we could do a DH thing. I know you're not a huge fan, but like
just do the Loomis stuff.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Now I'm all for that. Yeah.
If Stu, that way, like you get best of both worlds. You get your Stu back, and he really is kind of string pulling from beyond the grave, but we don't get like a silly like he's back from the dead, or he's been in prison this whole time, but nobody really mentioned. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that'd be cool. Like, can you like this, like the reveal that like they moved into this house. It was like super cheap because all these horrible things happened there, and like as they were like renovating and stuff, like I don't know, like the first night in their bedroom, they found like a floorboard that lifted up, and there's all this like terrible stuff. That could be interesting.
I like that too. I like that too. There has to be a reason to somehow to get this original trio back, like a big reason. So I don't know. That's kind of the other thing
It could be that one of them bites it finally too.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
Also, paychecks are nice.
Yes. I meant more character.
No, I know what you mean. So, I know what you mean. Okay. All right. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
So you're going with the Meeks Martin twins.
I'm going with Meeks Martin twins, and
you're
going
hopefully
with
Stu.
You're going with Richie.
I'm going with Richie, and I'm going to go with Wes as the fellow killer.
I can see that. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
That was fun.
All right.
Tell us who you think could be the killer.
Yes.
Could it be a character from a previous movie who maybe popped up? Could it be David Warner from Scream 2? Sydney's
drama teacher?
Could it be? Could it be Patrick Dempsey? Could Patrick Dempsey be like, why was I not in Scream 4? Because I was kind of a main character in Scream 3. Why am I not? You know? That could happen, right? Could it be Heather Graham?
Could it be
like
Parker
Heather
Posey?
Graham? She was the actress from the original Stab.
Yeah.
Maybe she's angry because her career, she was pigeonholed as a Stab actress this whole time. You know, that could be kind of fun. Maybe Cotton Weary's been alive this whole time. Who knows? I don't know.
Cotton bites it in 3, right?
Could it be Joshua Jackson, the film geek that's a total jerk in Scream 2? We don't ever know what happened with that guy.
You just got a hard on for Cameron.
Yeah. Could be him. No, I got it. It's Joel from Scream 2. The cameraman who just leaves. He goes, fuck this.
Best character in the series.
He's the best. And then he comes back at the end and keeps his job. It's so sweet. That guy rules. Anyway, okay. That was fun. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thank you for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.